I love reading books, it's fun. I often read them with my mum. I like reading to explore. There's no better way, I'm sure. I love reading. There's so many books to choose. Get on board, you just can't lose. Books expand your mind, it's true. Reading books is good for you.
Okay, so hi guys. Today I look creepy as fuck. At the end of this video, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial on how to do this makeup. It's the first time I've done it and it looks a little bit messy, but I'm actually quite pleased with what it ended up looking like because I look really scary in my opinion. This week I read this book called The Accidental Werewolf, and it's a series of 12 books I think, and they're all called the Accidental series. And I think they're different characters, and it's Dakota Cassidy who has written these books. I think she's an amazing author. And what this book is about is basically about this woman called Marty Andrews, and she has a dog, and she works at this cosmetics company called Bobby Sue Cosmetics, which is a cosmetics company that goes from door to door and selling products. There's different stages of success in the company, and so there's different colors for each, and she is in the lavender group, which means she is able to wear a lavender uniform, and she wants to strive for a blue car, and it's coming soon her way. This book is basically really funny, and what happens one night when she's arguing with her two apprentices for the company is that her little poodle gets really upset over this big dog because it thinks that the big dog is about to attack them. It later turns out that this big dog is a hot werewolf, which actually was attracted to Marty's smell, and that's why he got discovered. And so at this incident, when she is trying to get her teacup poodle away from the werewolf accidentally bites her. And it was an accident. And so this really hot werewolf is trying to convince her that she is now a werewolf and that he has to take care of her and she has to join his pack. And basically he's the pack leader, he's really responsible, really hot apparently, and they immediately grow affectionate for each other. So basically Marty Andrews, she's been devoted to Bobby Sue Cosmetics her whole life, and her mother was a lone mother, so throughout the whole story you can kind of learn about her and how she joins this pack, about Bobby Sue Cosmetics, which is the important part of it, and it's just hilarious because it's written in third-person omniscient, so you kind of get to go into all the characters' minds. And it's really funny because it's all about like her own rambles. Like she goes on these rambles in her head in the most inappropriate situations, which is just so funny. It cracks me up. Like I literally laughed out loud. There is actually a few sex scenes in this, and they're really, really detailed. I was not prepared for it. I thought this was like a teenage book since I got it in a science fiction bookstore, but it's not. But it was funny and I bit through it and it was fine. I just kind of want to put a disclaimer in that for you guys who are not interested in that kind of book or are interested in that kind of book. So just to kind of like explain how this book is, it doesn't really have any good quotes or anything like that, but it does have a really good example. Okay, so our dog is called Muffin and the werewolf is called Keegan, and so this is just a funny part to explain like the story of the book. I'm not going to do this in a British accent even though it's a British book. So she says, "Oh my god, she had a tail and not a nice plush one either. It was a little nub of nothing in comparison to what she remembered of Keegan's. It wasn't even as nice as Muffin's. Maybe if it filled in, she'd get one of those poofy hairdos the groomer gave Muffin. Tie a bow on it, a bow on her color wheel of course. Mary Mother and all 12 apostles, she was considering flattering styles for her tail. Her tail!" And I thought it was kind of funny because it's just like a perfect example. She literally got a tail and this is what she's thinking about, like styling her tail. It's really funny. I highly recommend this book, and if you guys are interested in this kind of books, I also recommend this book, which is bought at the same bookstore. It's called Gil's All Right Diner, and the author is A.Lee Martinez. This is a really funny book. It's also a supernatural book with a funny twist. These are honestly the best books ever. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Please read the Accidental series. I'll definitely read all 12 books, which is like a big statement for me. I hope you guys all have a lovely day and dress up as creepy supernatural creatures. Next week I'm going to be reading 1984, and I hope I don't completely mess that up. But if you guys want to join that book review or Kind of Jonah Discussion, please read that book. That would be really fun. Or if you have read it, check out my video next week. So yeah, bye. Let's get started on my makeup video.